Okay, now here we want to rationalize the denominator, and in this case, our radical is a cube root. So we want to do the same thing we've been doing when we were working with square roots. In this particular case, we want to use the quotient property first. So we want to apply the cube root of 49 and then separately apply the cube root to 25x squared. And what we're going to do with the denominator is we're going to rewrite that as an exponential. 25 is a perfect square, so we're going to write it as 5 squared. And then x squared is already there. And what I realized that I'm going to need to do with this in order to rid the denominator of a radical is I've got to multiply by the smallest possible cube root over itself so that the denominator becomes the cube root of a perfect cube. So I'm really going to simply multiply by 1, but I'm going to put 1 in an unusual form. So in the denominator, I have 2 powers of 5. In order for that to be a perfect cube, I need 1 more power of 5. I have 2 powers of x. In order for that to be a perfect cube, I need 1 more power of x. So now I'll have 5 cubed times x cubed. And whatever I multiply the denominator of my original expression by, I also have to multiply the numerator by that, because essentially I'm just multiplying by 1. Okay, and so in the numerator I have the cube root of 49 times 5, which is 245 times x. And in the denominator, I have the cube root of 5 cubed times x cubed. So the cube root of 245x over cube root of 5 cubed is just 5, and the cube root of x cubed is just x. So the only thing I'm concerned about now is whether or not any of my perfect square cubes divide into 245, because I need to simplify radicals if at all possible. So to find the perfect cubes, I start with 2 and cube. So the first perfect cube is 8 that I'm interested in. 3 cubed is 27. 4 cubed is 64. 5 cubed is 125. 6 cubed is 216. So forth and so on. And my question is, do any of these numbers divide evenly into 245? Does 8? No. Does 27? No. Does 64? No. Does 125? No. Does 216? No. And then the next perfect cube would be too large. It would actually be larger than 245. So this is my simplest answer and my final answer.